Hey peeps, welcome back to my channel. My name is Drusilla Shay, if you don't know already. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about what to wear to an interview. There's a lot of different fields and careers that demand different things, but I will try to cover as much as I can and I guess the most popular fields. And so if you are interested, then keep on watching. I just want to get a couple of housekeeping things out of the way. I'm not going to make this part too long, so I'll do half my housekeeping things right now and then I'll save the rest for after this. So just make sure that you stay tuned to the end because those things are equally as important. So the first thing that you want to make sure that you do when you're going on a job interview is just to be comfortable. You don't want to now start going out your comfort zone and experimenting with new styles and new clothing that you're just not really comfortable in or used to, because that is going to take away from the interview. Instead of your mind being on the interview, your answers, how you're connecting and interacting with the person who's interviewing you, your mind is going to be on the fact that you're not comfortable. Something like heels, for example, if you're not used to wearing heels, this ain't the time to try it out, okay? Not during the interviews. And you also want to make sure that you are wearing something that is not attracting too much attention. When it comes to what to wear to an interview, it's a very delicate balance. It's something in between doing the most and doing too little, okay? You don't want to be on either side because obviously you don't want to look like you just rolled out of bed. And then you also don't want to look like you trying to be flashy. With that being said, let's get into what you should wear. First things first, let's talk about colors. Very disruptive colors like neons and super bright colors you want to stay away from because again, they are distracting. Try to stay on the softer side when it comes to colors. Now I'm going to get specific when it comes to like corporate jobs and like more casual jobs, but generally for all of it, I still recommend keeping it soft and not doing anything that's too loud. Now when it comes to white collar, very professional, very corporate jobs, almost on the stricter side of the career spectrum, a blazer is always a safe thing to wear. They are very professional looking. When it comes to the kinds of colors for corporate jobs, the things that are safest to revert to are things like whites and blacks, khaki colors, navy blues, dark browns. Colors like that are common colors to lean on if you want to be on the safe side. So speaking of blazers, you can do a whole suit, okay? You can do the whole shebang if you want to. It could be matching, or you can decide to do a mix and match. So instead of it being black blazer, black pants, you can do a navy blue blazer and black pants. But if you want to do matchy, that's also fine as well. I would also say to kind of reel it back when it comes to very busy patterns, very busy prints, because again, that can be a little bit distracting, especially for jobs that are more strict. Just err on the side of caution if you are not sure. Now, when it comes to the winter time, blazers are great because you can obviously layer underneath. So when it comes to these corporate jobs, you can wear a blazer and a blouse combination and wear it with some pants. You can wear a blazer, blouse, and skirts. When it comes to skirts, a pencil skirt is always a win. I have not seen maxi skirts in very professional fields. To be on the safe side, if you want to wear a skirt in this kind of setting, that a pencil skirt would be the one that you want to go with. If it is hot outside, then you can ditch the blazer and just do like a nice blouse. If you're more of a dress wearer or you just want to consider a dress, you might want to go for something that's more on the simple side. Nothing that has like a lot of prints, patterns, and definitely nothing that is, you know, super low cut or short. You always want to do the fingertip test. Make sure that your skirts and your dresses are reaching an appropriate length, and also just make sure that the cleave, ladies, the cleave ain't doing too much. That can also be something that is a distraction during an interview. When it comes to the fit of the dress that you wear, it's also very important. You just want to make sure it's well fitting. It almost looks like tailored to your body. Nothing that's overly tight, nothing that's overly loose, something that is very well fitting on your particular body. When it comes to shoes for corporate jobs, and honestly any of these job interviews, I would always recommend doing closed-toed shoes. Open-toed shoes never really scream professional. Err on the side of caution. Cover up the piglets. They can shine every other day, but for this particular occasion, wear something like flats or loafers. And if it's cold outside, boots are also an option, but the boots should be on the dressier side. So things like pointy toe boots, or, you know, boots that just have more of a dressy look compared to like snow boots. You don't want to rock that during a job interview unless I don't know, maybe you interviewing at the Rocky Mountains. With that being said, we cannot ignore the fine details. Let's talk about accessories. Again, I would say keep it on the more basic side when it comes to accessories. You don't want anything to be loud and screaming. You don't want like a whole bunch of chains, a whole bunch of like bling bling that is gonna be so distracting. Clean, dainty jewelry never fails. We can save our little 2 chain moments for another day, but in this occasion, it's probably best to just keep it nice and simple. The same thing goes for every other accessory that you can wear, you know, headgear, belts, and all those things. And if you need to wear a hat, then you know you can wear it to the interview, but then I wouldn't wear it during the interview because it doesn't always come off as like super professional. So hopefully I've given you guys enough corporate interview examples, and now we're gonna move on to, you know, jobs that are a little bit more business casual. Business casual is a mix of dressy and casual. You're not doing too much and you're also not doing too little. So something that, you know, can always be a hit when it comes to business casual attire when it's the winter time is a collared shirt under a fitted crew neck top and some pants. Something else that's a nice business casual look if it's the winter time is a turtleneck and some slacks. You can wear like a turtleneck and some cigarette pants, like high-waisted cigarette pants, and some loafers. Also, when it comes to business casual, something that you can get away with are jeans. Now jeans, you still want to be careful with because there's different washes, there's different styles. You still don't want to come in with some ripped jeans and some super bedazzled jeans. I would say very, you know, simple jeans, dark wash jeans. If you can get dark blue or black, that is great for business casual. You can wear a blazer and even a plain crew neck top with some jeans. That is considered business casual. You can also wear a blazer and a blouse if you want to dress it up a teensy bit and still wear it with jeans, and that would comprise as business casual because you have the dressy top and then you have the casual bottoms, and so it's a great mix. You can also mix these things up with skirts and dresses, but again, I would stay away from like puffy skirts and dresses, A-line skirts and dresses. And I'm not saying that it can't be a thing, but those are more for different occasions, things like parties, things like church, things like, you know, just other more fun and playful kinds of events. In the same token, you don't have to stick with super tight dresses. There are some looser dresses that you can pull off during interviews just so that you do have some wiggle room, especially when it comes to business casual attire. With dresses, you can even do a simple peplum dress, or you can just do like a simple plain kind of dress that has like different color ranges. So when it comes to business casual and the colors that you wear, there are more options, okay? So like I said, I would still stick with the softer colors, but you know, you can start doing things like hunter greens and pastel kind of greens and pinks, and you can do very soft, you know, blues, gentle colors, but yet they're still different color ranges than, you know, the very basic ones. And you can venture also into some more prints and patterns, but again, nothing that is overly busy. So I wouldn't wear like head to toe, you know, patterns and prints. That's still like very distracting. So you want to still have a nice balance. Okay, so now we're moving on to the jobs that are more on the casual side. Something that I have to caveat with this is that although you are interviewing for a job that has a more laid back culture and maybe they don't dress up like that, remember that you are still the person getting interviewed. You don't want to show up overly casual because that definitely says something to the person who is interviewing you. It's not always a good sign if it looks like you didn't put any effort in. Maybe in some jobs, of course, that is acceptable when it comes to the interviewees, but you just always want to play on the safer side because you don't want anything taken away or distracting you or the person interviewing you. Hopefully that makes sense. But if you're interviewing for a place that is a little bit more casual, you can get away with so much more, okay? I'm talking about like crew neck tops, jeans, and you know, you just throw on some kind of dressy looking sneakers and a blazer. Now, when I say dressy looking sneakers, there are sneakers that are like very casual, like Yeezy type casual, like you wearing that to the airport. And then there are some sneakers that actually look more clean and they still go very well with dressy things. So with that being said, again, you can get away with so much more. You can even do a dark wash denim button down. You can wear that with pants and, you know, loafers, for example, and that in itself can, you know, make you look dressed up and make you look like you put in some effort, but it's not, you know, like the two-piece kind of suit that you would see in corporate America. You can also wear a wrap dress, ladies, but again, watch the cleavage. Just make sure that you are being aware of how much skin you're showing and where. A couple more things that are hits when it comes to interviewing for casual settings are polo shirts with like pants or with jeans. Polo shirts are so great for this kind of occasion because they, in their nature, are like the perfect mix of dressy casual. Normally the material is like a little bit more casual, but the fact that it's like collared and usually fitted to the body makes it look a little bit more cleaned up and dressy. Now, when it comes to businesses and the companies that are like more in the art fields, more in the fashion fields, you can get away with a lot more. But again, we not trying to do too much. If you are going into fields that, you know, have more to do with like arts and fashion and you're not in that like corporate section of the company, then I would say you can even start getting away with things like puffy sleeves. You can get away with things like oversized blazers. So you can start dipping into that like high fashion kind of territory, but still keeping it very professional. So I've covered a lot of fields, but if out of everything that I said, nothing at all helped you or you feel like you can't wear any of those things, something that never fails is a white collared shirt and black cigarette pants, or like just some nice black slacks and like some loafers. It can literally fit into corporate America all the way down to like a artsy type of interview. The reason why I say that is because let's say you go to corporate, you know, and you're like, oh man, like I'm wearing this collared shirt, I don't have a blazer, what am I gonna do? What you do is you button it all the way up, okay? You button it to the top, the tippity top, then boom, you looking professional right there. You know, you just make sure that the sleeves are up and, you know, buttoned together, and you're just gonna look way more dressed up and way more professional. And if you go to a business casual kind of setting and you're wearing that white collared shirt and those black pants, guess what? If you feel like, you know, oh, this place is a little bit more casual, what you do is you unbutton, you know, the first two buttons, okay? You let it be free. You roll up your sleeves, okay? And you look a little bit more casual. You don't look like you've been doing the most, and especially with the loafers, like it just looks like you're fashionable, but then you're also still professional. And it's just a really basic go-to kind of uniform, essentially, that will fit in anywhere. Last but not least, I said that I was going to add a couple of more housekeeping rules at the end. As long as you are an interviewee, you always just want to err on the side of caution and just not take away from your interview. I'm not saying though that you have to look boring, especially if I'm talking about like corporate America and, you know, this white shirt and black pants. Like it just seems so basic, but I'm telling you, if you just tweak certain things, even the smallest things like your hair, your makeup, like it makes a really big difference. Your bags, you know, your shoes, those things all come together to make the entire outfit. So it doesn't have to look boring. Tweak some things based off of your style, and that's something else I want to add. All of these are just very general tips. I'm trying to give extremely general tips because I know everybody's different. Everybody has a different style. These companies that y'all are interviewing at, they just all different. Take these things and customize them, but you still want to keep that professionalism, okay? And if you feel like none of this applies to you, then you don't have to take this advice, but this is just very, very general to help most of you guys. The last housekeeping thing that I'm going to leave you with is to make sure that you are still showing your individuality. Everybody has their different style. If you are going to interview, I don't know, Diane von Furstenberg's company, and you know that she's a creator of wrap dresses, maybe that's not really your thing. Maybe you think it's nice, but it's not really your thing. Don't feel like now you have to switch up your style and wear a wrap dress for the interview to kind of impress them. Like, don't do that, because first of all, you're not being true to who like you are and the things that you like, and then on top of that, you're going to be uncomfortable. tweak things to make sure that they still suit your personal style. I appreciate you all for watching. I want to help y'all out. So if y'all have any questions, go ahead and leave it down in the comments box. I'll see y'all there. If you have any kinds of things that you want to add on, go ahead and also leave that down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Also, be sure to join the family. We spent way too much time together to not make this official. All right, so please go ahead and press that red subscribe button and also turn on that bell notification button so that anytime I post, you'll be up to date. I will see you guys in my next video next Sunday. God bless you. Deuces.